Spurs Nation, back with another Spurs talk. Today was media day. Obviously all the excitement, seeing the guys in the element, preparing for the season. You get that feeling that the season is coming close. Well, actually, wait a minute. I think the first preseason game is October 2nd, actually. So yeah, I think it's October 2nd. So it is actually pretty close. The preseason anyway. So yeah, you start to feel that excitement. But I'm gonna talk about uh, one particular thing that stood out to me that really hit me in my chest. Watching the interviews and stuff like that, the media interaction with the staff and players. So, but first and foremost, before I get into the thing that kind of hit home, I want to say congratulations to Manu Ginobili for being inducted into the Hall of Fame. One of my favorite players ever, not just favorite Spur, one of my favorite players ever. The passion, the drive, the effort. He gave his all every time he stepped on the court, 100% and more. I remember the Grizzly series. I believe he was playing after he dislocated his arm right before the series started. And he put his body on the line all the time, every night. He was going to irritate players by getting up on them, flopping a little bit. Let's be honest, he flopped around a little bit, but he put his body on the line. He gave it his all. He did everything. He did everything he possibly could to try to help his team win. And to me, it's definitely deserving of being in the Hall of Fame. And one of the things that we all can agree on that is the most admirable about his career is that he sacrificed his own personal achievements that he could have achieved if he would have went to another team and probably averaged around 20 points for a career, making all-star games, being the guy on his own team. But he sacrificed. Not only did he not, not only was he not the main guy on the team for most of his years in San Antonio, he actually was sitting on the bench. And this is Ginobili led his country to a gold medal. He's sitting on the bench for San Antonio. That you're not going to see that ever again. Like ever in his lifetime, ever. Somebody as talented as Ginobili, in the prime of his career, sitting on the bench for the San Antonio Spurs. Selflessness. And by him doing that, it helped us contend every year during our reign. And that's one of the things that is one of the things that's amazing about him, to be so selfless, to be team first. You got to applaud him for that. You have to applaud him for that. So, congratulations to Manu Ginobili. Also, I want to say congratulations to Becky Hammon. Becky Hammon, she was a former, obviously, for the fans who don't, for the people who don't know, Becky Hammon was a former Spur assistant coach. Her first year with the Aces, she won the championship. I would have loved to see her get an opportunity in the NBA, but she took her opportunity and showed how much of a great coach she can be, and hopefully she continues her success to be a Hall of Fame coach. So congratulations to Becky Hammon. And yeah, it's good to see members from the Spurs tree go on and be successful. So congratulations to Becky Hammon and Manu Ginobili. Now, the one thing that really stood out to me in today's media day, obviously, is we not winning the championship. That's who really thinks we winning the championship. Come on, guys. But anyway, it's not that. It's the fact that he said, I'm paraphrasing, that he's going to be developing these players for the person to come after him to take him to the next level. And that hit me in the chest. Like, I know Popovich is not really liked in the media, but to me, he's the greatest coach of all time. I mean, what he did with the Spurs is just, it's just legendary. And I mean, I just want to, publicly give my appreciation. I mean, he gave me a lot of great memories. Watching him coach on the sideline, and I really can't imagine anybody else on that sideline. you know, sorry. He's been our coach for so long. He's been coaching on the sideline for well over 20 years. Well over 20 years. So it's gonna feel different. It's gonna feel real different not seeing Popovich on the sideline. And that hit me home. Like, man, like, he's gonna retire soon. He can't coach forever, and I just want to give him his flowers, because he's well deserving of it. And I don't think he got enough coverage, just like none of our players got enough coverage in the media that they should have gotten. Definitely a person like Tim Duncan. I've said in the previous video, if Tim Duncan would have did what he did for us for a big market team like the Knicks or the Lakers or those big market teams, people wouldn't shut up about Tim Duncan. He would have been on ESPN and these big channels all the time. And the same thing with Popovich. I don't think he's gonna get the flowers he deserves until he's gone. And I really don't think that's fair. I really don't think that's fair. So I just want to acknowledge that. I really want to acknowledge that. I mean, when Ginobili entered the Hall of Fame, he was all over. They spoke about that on ESPN more than he did his whole career. They spoke about him, and I don't think it's fair. I understand that it's a business, but I mean, I like basketball. Yeah, business is cool. I understand that you got to make your money, but if you want to, that's why I said in my last video, we got to be honest to the game of basketball. Let's be honest. Let's give these players the right attention that they deserve. Don't just act like they don't exist, which they did on these big media platforms like ESPN throughout the years. Just act like the Spurs didn't exist. They kept writing them off. Oh, they old. Oh, they born. What? Let's be honest to the game of basketball. Just because nobody high flying in the air, you can't. But y'all don't appreciate good fundamental basketball, ball and body movement. Y'all don't appreciate that enough. You don't appreciate a person like Tim Duncan, a coach like Greg Popovich, to not speak about them often. It's just not often, but at least here and there. Don't just talk about them when they retire, or have them on your platform when their career is over, when they had a whole career for y'all to acknowledge them. It's just wild. It's just wild to me. I remember a lot of people call it the Kobe era. I like after Jordan, like Jordan passed the baton to Kobe. Wait a minute. Tim Duncan won 5 titles. 5 titles. Greg Popovich and the Spurs won 5 titles after Jordan. So how is it the Kobe era? Now, Kobe is great. One of the greatest players ever. Like, the dude was an assassin on the court. But I'm saying how much I'm not doing it to disrespect Kobe, because Kobe is one of the greats, one of the greats. But I'm just saying what the media do. Like, they just dismiss like the Spurs didn't happen, as if the Spurs didn't exist. And sorry if I'm getting passionate about it, but when I hear Popovich say those words of he's developing these players for the next coach to come behind him and take them to another level, it makes me think, like, this dude is about to retire soon. And throughout his whole career, I don't think he got the respect from the media that he deserved. Of course, okay, y'all don't like the way he speaks with the media. He got attacked for being grumpy. So what? What he done with this small San Antonio Spurs is a small market team, and he got that small. He helped him and R.C. Buford build a a powerhouse in San Antonio, winning 50 plus games for what, 19 straight seasons. They just missed the playoffs for what, these last couple years. The dominance of that, and I think the guy won more games than some franchises. And this is a small market team. You know, it's LA. They always an attraction. The Knicks, even though they're not doing as well in recent years, but even the Knicks is a bigger attraction than San Antonio. You know, and for Greg Popovich and R.C. Buford as well, because he don't get enough credit, to build what they have built in San Antonio, to help me enjoy my childhood growing up. I remember in the park around 9 o'clock, 9:30 ish, because usually, sometimes depending on the schedule, sometimes the games. I know on Sunday the games I think was around 8 o'clock, but sometimes me being in the East Coast, it'll be around 10:30 ish, where Spurs will come on. We'd be in the playground. If it's springtime or in the wintertime, we'd be in the rec center. We'd be running fives, and I look at that clock, and when it was time for the Spurs to come on, I was gone. I was out, and it was this guy who worked at the rec center. He used to open the gym for us. To be in LA, he'd be so mad. Like, I opened the gym and just for y'all to play one game and leave, because I would quit mid game. Like, the Spurs is on, and the reason why that was a big deal to me, because being living in Philly, we don't get the games every day. Spurs don't come on national TV every day, so the times they came on national TV, I was gone. The Spurs is on, so thank God for how it is now, where in recent years, where you can buy the packages. So yeah, I was always running to get the papers, because the games I couldn't watch, I'll go get the papers, the daily news, go straight to the sports section, see if they won or not. My teammates, my classmates, be like, yo, why you buying the newspaper? I'm just buying it for the sports section, to see the stats, the league leaders and stuff like that. So it was a joy to open the sports section of the news and see those victories and stuff like that. It was things I'll always remember. And thanks to R.C. Buford and Popovich, they made that happen. They gave me a lot of smiles, then they gave me frowns, I can tell you that. So it just stuck out to me. So I mean, I wonder if they discussing when he's going to hang it up. Is it going to be the end of his contract? I used to remember him jokingly saying he's going to walk out with Tim Duncan, but we all seen that wasn't true. But I wonder if they discussing that. Do they got an eye on a particular coach already? Is they preparing for the inevitable of Popovich hanging it up? And that would be a sad day for me. So I wonder what y'all think. But yeah, that really stood out to me this media day. So I just wanted to make a video on that and give my thoughts and my feelings. So if y'all made it this far, I hope y'all like and subscribe. And I'll be back soon with another Spurs talk. I'll probably be doing some watch alongs, like watching a game and going live while I'm watching a game, and giving my thoughts of what I think of the game. And y'all can give y'all thoughts if y'all join me in the comment section or in the chat box, and we can talk about the game as it's happening. Definitely, if you don't live in San Antonio, we don't have the privilege to be in San Antonio amongst the Spurs nation. That's where where you can where most of the things happen at. There's a lot of Spurs fans walking around, but when you from Philly or a place where it's literally no Spurs fan, and because I was alone when I was a kid watching those games. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, my friends didn't want to watch no Spurs when they came on. They weren't interested. Yeah, man. But so if y'all want to, join, if y'all anywhere in the world and y'all just in y'all man cave enjoying the game, you want to hop on, YouTube and, you know, chat it up in the chat box to, give your thoughts and opinions on what's happening. You know, you're welcome. Y'all are welcome. So I'm gonna head out of here. I'm gonna have to get something to eat and, sleep and prepare for tomorrow. So I hope y'all have a good day and be safe. Peace.